The topics we discuss are many.
No story too bold to talk about.
Strictly our own opinions.
But they are opinions from people like you.
Welcome to the NAKE'd podcast.
Dude, why does this happen to me? It's a girl, NJ.
Hey
So
guys,
what's your favorite lipstick?
Okay, it's actually by Katy Perry, which is like really random. I picked it up at like CVS one day, and it's been my favorite lipstick, and it's coming to the end. I was like, oh, I guess I should look for it, and I can't find it anywhere. I'm so sad.
Oh. Hey guys, I'm sorry. It looks like we had an audio issue for our intros.
Oh no.
So that 11 really was a 1.
Hey, Norma.
Yeah.
You know what you can find everywhere right now?
Where? What? Sorry, wrong W.
Why?
Who?
Sometimes how?
I'll do you one better. What is Gamora?
It's Selena Gomez's new Spanish album. What?
Yay! It's actually like I really enjoyed it when you said that she's coming out with a Spanish album. My first thought was about time.
Oh, we have a stretch? Oh, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't really speak any Spanish, but like I'm super excited for what she's doing because there have been a couple of artists over the years who have kind of touched or did partially Spanish songs or partial Spanish albums, but she's going to be really one of the first ones since the original Selena to really try to come out with a full Spanish album. This is amazing.
So the question is she being more Mexican than the Mexicans?
Abraham
question.
said it best. You're Mexican American, you gotta be more Mexican than the Mexicans and more Americans than Americans, and it's exhausting.
It is. I'm tired
I still need
already.
to finish that series.
So good.
Ew, no. I refuse to watch the TV show.
It was actually really good.
It's really good.
You gained insight to why Abraham pushed his kids as hard as he did. I think it told it from,
I thought it was told by the husband. That story's told by the husband, right?
I think her
Selena's husband?
sister also
Yeah.
helped produce it.
Yeah, no, the family was involved this time around. When the movie was released, I think the family was involved, but they weren't like producing it. They weren't really focusing on it.
Oh, I
But-
thought that was the big controversy when it came out that the family said no, but her husband was like proceeding with it.
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
what I remember.
I think I saw Suzette as the producer though in the credits.
We did.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't know. But anyway, going back to the other Selena, which is her namesake. Her Spanish album is great. I mean, I remember watching Selena on Barney because I love Barney, and she's always been like a child actor, and she kind of grew up in very Americanized. And for her to come out with a Spanish album is really awesome. Also, it goes to show you that like international music like has a bigger stage, I guess you could say now, than it has previously. Like it spreads faster. Of course, we have Spotify, we have YouTube, and everything else. So I hope it works out really good for her. When we were doing research on the album, like one of her songs debuted at like number 4 on the Latin charts. So
Wow.
apparently it's doing pretty good.
I actually got to listen to it today, just before the podcast, and I like it. It's a good mix. She's collaborating with several other Hispanic Latin artists, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed like the 4 songs out of the EP. I would definitely go back and listen to the rest
Latin
of it.
X.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I liked it. I'm still, I'm not fluent in Spanish. I'm learning, but listening to Spanish music helps me pick up words that are not said very slowly. So, nobody is going to talk like this in real life, especially in another language. So to hear people like sing it or speak faster or use things in different contexts helps me learn it too. So I'm excited. I'm glad that you told us about it because I had no idea. And I went on her Instagram and she's so beautiful, but she still looks like she's 12.
She did a show. Did you see Cooking with Selena? Like right before this? She has an HBO Max show.
I saw a preview for it. I haven't seen it yet.
It's really good, actually.
I really liked it. I just feel like, I don't know, she's lost a lot of weight and I'm worried about her because I know she has, her health issues and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she has lupus. And I don't remember if y'all remember The Secret Life of the American Teenager. One of the actresses off there actually gave Selena her kidney.
Oh my god!
Oh wow, really?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
It was a really heartwarming moment, especially seeing two favorite actresses just being two favorite humans. I'm trying to remember her name. She played Adrian. I know that.
My little sister,
like
my little sister watched The Secret Life of an American Teenager when she was younger. I never caught the show when it was aired.
So I hated that show. I hate that show that the Fosters that Keelan introduced Norma to. They're all the same show.
The Fosters. I mean, I guess you kind of have a point there. Like, I guess some of the themes could be similar, but I like the Fosters. Like it, I'm probably like 5 episodes in now. Mariana really pisses me off.
Wait till they all fall in love with each other.
Francia Risa?
Yes. She was the one who donated her kidney to Selena.
That's awesome.
So it's really good to see, the girls standing together and one friend helping out another in a time of need. And then Selena, she's working on her health. She's doing she's releasing albums that she wants to, because she did hint at this about 10 years ago. So being able to see it come to fruition makes my little Wizards of Waverly Place heart happy.
I was waiting for someone to mention Wizards of Waverly Place.
I just finished a full rewatch, so.
How did it end?
Yeah,
I don't think I ever saw the ending.
I never saw the show.
Alex,
you missed it out. Alex gets the magic?
Mm-hmm.
So Justin is offered the position as headmaster of the school. Alex gets to keep her. Yeah, Justin actually wins the wizard tournament.
Her brother?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The older brother, he wins, but he gives his powers to her, and somehow he still gets to keep his and becomes headmaster of the wizarding school.
Well, he's gifted his because he accepts that position. Like the headmaster gives him his powers or whatever. Right?
I don't remember, but I'll take it. And then Max ends up taking over the substation.
The little brother.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because that's what their dad did.
Yeah.
He gave up his powers for somebody else?
Yeah, he gave it to his younger brother because he didn't think his younger brother could live without magic.
No, he gave it to his younger brother because he wanted to marry Teresa.
Oh.
Oh, romantic.
Yeah. But yeah, they ended in the movie, so you have to watch the movie to see the ending. I thought the tournament happened during the movie.
No, the movie wishes that Alex's parents had never met, and it's probably about 2 years before.
Yeah, but in order to reverse the wish, they have the wizard tournament, I thought. Because you have to be a full wizard to undo the wish or whatever.
I vaguely remember this.
We'll go into the weeds on fucking wizard.
What's up, Panda?
Is Alex versus Alex. So
what's up, Panda? Welcome to the stream.
What up, Panda?
So are we gonna see more Spanish music or more Spanish albums from Selena Gomez?
I hope so. I think that's like really cool that she can get into her heritage because I mean she's here from Texas. She's from Garland, I believe. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
the people I know there's a very like traditional Hispanic culture there. Like some of the people I know from there. So I'm surprised. I'm happy to see that she's like touching her roots.
Panda wants to know
Yeah,
how
me
our day's
too.
going.
My day's going great. Panda, how's your day? Yeah, I hope so. I hope we see more because I think Puzzled, you were saying that she teased it like 10 years ago, right? Like she wanted to do a Spanish album and it just like came together like really organically. And they apparently, according to Billboard's article, they said that they did it over Zoom, which is crazy.
Mhm.
Right. Can you imagine recording a full album during quarantine?
So how's it messed up? How messed up is it that Justin Bieber dropped a Spanish song before her though?
A little bit.
What song was
Despacito.
it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
But
he was added on the remix.
yeah,
Like
and he didn't really sing Spanish.
I know.
you know who surprisingly is really big in Mexico? Nicki Minaj. And there's a song in Spanish and she goes off in Spanish, like raps in Spanish. And it's
Oh, she
actually
can?
really
That's cool.
it was really good. I was really surprised. I was like, go Nicki. I was telling Peach, I said, you know, if Nicki Minaj can speak Spanish, I can.
Well, she's from New York, right?
I
No,
think so.
No.
no, she's from somewhere else.
Oh.
She's from St. James, Port of Spain,
So-
Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. She's Jamaican, I thought, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Trinidadian.
hmm
I did not know that.
I remember when
not?
I
We have viewers
remember.
in Trinidad. My bad, people. I don't mean to steal your prize away.
Sorry, guys.
But yeah, it's really great that I think, you know, Selena is really getting back into, you know, her origins. It kind of feels very nostalgic for us. And I heard someone in the OM crew started looking into their origins.
Yeah, see.
Hey, what's up, Iron Tech?
Da.
Yeah, Ethan is an honorary Mexican.
See, totally.
Simón
Yeah,
way.
he has.
I've
He's
been gifted a brown card from legit Mexican, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Sorry, wait.
never mind.
I was gonna say, Ethan's our Mexican vanilla.
Or Mexican vanilla ice.
I don't know how you take this, but just so you know, for your birthday cake, I did buy a special thing of Mexican vanilla to make it with.
Aw,
Aw.
that's really nice. Yeah.
No wonder
So
it's
for
fucking
my birthday was last week, and Peach got me a DNA kit, and it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I really don't know that much about like my family history. I mean, I've heard rumors, but you know, I don't know if they're true or not. And I didn't grow up with my grandparents. My grandparents passed away when I was really young. On my mom's side and my dad's side, you know, I don't have a relationship with them. So, you know, I was just really wanting to know like where, you know, where I come from, like who are my peeps, you know, like I guess understanding myself better and where my family. So I've already sent the kit in. My sample has been received, and then it's going to be done in like 6 to 8 weeks. But in the meantime, I've been building my family tree. So I've traced back on my paternal side to my 5th great grandfather.
Wow.
And on my mom's side, my maternal grandfather, his roots were so deep in New Mexico. It traces back, I've only traced back through the early 1800s, but there's still more from before that. And apparently his family, it started me having this conversation with my family too. Apparently the King of Spain gifted my ancestors land in New Mexico to, you know, farm and thrive there. My great third great or second great grandfather, he was alive in 1912 when New Mexico became a state. So it's like crazy to me that like my ancestors were alive during like super pivotal moments in America history. So it made me realize that I'm not third generation American like I thought. Like my family has been here for a super long time. So I wanted to ask you guys, like, have you guys done this, or are you interested in doing it, or do you guys have like a family tree established?
Nah.
I say,
So I can
think
say, what?
Ethan has a pedigree, pretty much.
Oh,
Well, so my namesake, my last name, that side of my family, we've traced it back 8 generations. So
Damn.
we actually got very lucky, and I was doing a history project for high school, and I actually traced it back to the person who came over, and then we were able to find the family of his brother that stayed there in Germany. And when I was able to contact them and email them back and forth a little bit, and they actually
oh
sent me
wow.
all the family tree they had. So
Oh my god.
Damn.
yeah,
That
so we
is
were able
fucking
to.
awesome.
The only other way for me to trace it back any further is I have to go to Berlin myself and go through the archives. But
So
they've already done some of that back until kind of like they found out that we were a count. Our family reached the rank of count in the German Kaiserness.
I feel like you should have a key now. Like I'm the count.
so what you're telling me is that Official Millennials is gonna take a Germany trip, right?
Oh hell yeah! I love
Field
Germany.
trip.
I've been
Does
there.
this mean you can inherit a castle?
No. The family lands that we did have were donated and turned into a monastery back in the 1600s.
Oh wow.
So that's where kind of records start getting a little shaky. Like I should say we have better records after that, but before that we don't have as much records. They just kind of have the names and people. So it's kind of cool.
That
Really
is
quickly in chat, Boone says he got lucky and he has genealogists on both sides of his family. And then Iron says, I got traces of formal generations from a southwestern province of Ireland. All right,
that's
Iron, that's cool.
awesome.
So that's my mom's actually done the Ancestry.com, the one that you did, the DNA test. And her family is English and Irish. But
That's crazy.
I like freaked out, because and like don't be giving your DNA out. Like, do not put your DNA in the mail and send it to somebody. My mom's like, well, I already did it.
What did I just
forget-
tell you?
That was gonna be my follow-up question. Like, I know that 23andMe kind of had some issues where they sold their data to, I believe, healthcare organizations. And then I know Ancestry was previously owned by the Latter-day Saints Church, I want to say.
Yeah, they were
So-
founded by the Latter-day Saints, yeah.
Founded. Okay.
Interesting.
So, I mean, you even already know like your family stuff, but Peach, would you be interested in doing something like that? Or are you kind of scared to have your DNA out there?
I mean, for me personally, the government already knows where I am. Like, it's not that hard to find me. So I really don't mind, trying to have the government help me track it, or not the government, but you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing I feel anybody could really take from me if I did one of those. So I probably will eventually, because one of my great aunts, she's actually been tracking her side of the family, and they've gotten it all the way back up, traced it. Our family came from Iowa, I want to say, right after one of the Civil Wars, or the
Oh,
Civil
wow.
War. And then she even has like a whole map that she's created, and I've been added to her Ancestry.com, and I meant to go check that out before I got on here because I want to look at it again, see how far it goes back. I can't remember off the top of my head. I've been told that I have some Indian in me. My grandmother believes my maternal grandmother believes we have some German noble in us. And so it'd be really interesting to, go back and look at that.
That's pretty cool. All I know about my family is my parents' names and their parents' names. And I know that my family's done a 23andMe test, like my mom, my dad, my sisters. Apparently they all did it. I'm the only one that hasn't. And I
They have
want
your
to.
DNA.
Yeah. I mean, some of the things that I've done for work, like the government already knows who I am. They have my fingerprints already. I'm okay with it. But I do want to know. I want to know what my ancestry is. I want to know where we come from.
Yeah,
would
I
do
think
it.
it's really to me it's really fascinating, but it's really hard for me to find some things on my maternal grandmother's side because that side of my family is Muscalero Apache. So, we are indigenous, but their DNA is not registered. Most tribes do not register their DNA, and the records that they keep are not available to the public. So if I wanted to know, I would have to track down the specific tribe and hope that they would be okay with giving me like records. And which really stinks because I mean, gosh, I can't find anything. Like it gets to my grandma and then her parents, and then I know that they were born in New Mexico, but I think that one of their parents was from Spain and then the other parent is indigenous, and I can't find any information on them. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go to New Mexico. That's where my family's from, to dig up some archives or something to try to find something.
I thought they were from Florida. Gosh. Just kidding.
No. I was born in Florida, but my family is not from Florida.
Well, it's just funny. You have New Mexico and Florida, both Spanish colonies.
Yeah, but Florida's
Yeah.
more Cuban. Oh, Spanish colonies.
Where
I
do you
got
think the Cubans
Never
came
mind.
from?
Sorry, I missed the keyboard there.
I wasn't
Like
gonna call it out.
currently, they're more Cuban.
I'm all
It's-
actually.
It's important to me. I don't know why it is. And Iron mentioned that it took 9 months to get figured out. And I feel like this is something that I'm going to be working on for like the next year. And it like made me super sad. Like I was looking through, like draft cards and census reports and death certificates on for my family, and like looking at just everything. And it was sad to me. I don't know their stories. Like I see these stats and I see these, numbers and maybe some facts, but I don't know who they were. So I want to know, like, are there stories out there? And I want to be able to continue to tell their story.
You want to know that one of the craziest things right now is that your grandkids will have recorded evidence of who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's not
Very in
shit from high
advance.
school.
Yeah.
I hope they don't find
Actually,
my Tide Pod
I am
challenge.
who I am. For me, I hope it's not my cinnamon challenge.
Oh, I never did that one.
Don't worry, Alan. As soon as you
Gonna find out.
pass, we're deleting your internet history. We
Thank
got
you.
you.
That's all I ask. Just clear my internet history. It's written in my will already. Norma knows.
Anyway, so I'll keep you guys posted on this journey.
Ooh, you guys ran a poll. Good job. Looks like everyone said yes to getting a DNA test.
All of you are crazy. Do not put your DNA in the mail.
I had a second DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% unknown.
You know what's
Yeah,
also unknown?
What?
How the lawsuit between Epic and Apple is going to turn out. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to that or not. To quickly recap what the lawsuit's about, Epic is suing Apple because of the fact that Apple is not allowing them to charge the customers directly for the virtual bucks that they have for Fortnite. And it's written in the clause whenever they're whenever they sign up for the I was about to say Nintendo App Store, the Apple App Store, that they're not allowed to charge them directly. They have to use Apple's payment method, which takes 30% of any profits. So as of recently, we're getting word, and there's information coming out that top Apple executives are going to testify against the lawsuit with Epic, including Tim Cook. And this is the first lawsuit of its kind involving application stores. I mean, it's to sum it up, it's essentially a monopolyism over the products, but they provide the product. Personally, I don't see an issue with it, but I can see how it can be very controlling. But they're just trying to control their infrastructure.
I think it plays into the bigger, like, big tech censorship questions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so Apple is getting 30% to be a middleman,
Mm-hmm.
right? But on top of it, they're not allowing you to sell on your own to cut out that 30%.
Yep.
Because from what I remember, Epic was just trying to sell it on their website, right?
They're trying to sell it on the app. So on the app itself, when
the
you're
Epic
playing
App Store, right?
No, on Apple products, when this kind of started coming to fruition last year, you could go to Fortnite on your Apple device and buy it directly for $4.99 V-Bucks, like 500 V-Bucks for $4.99, as opposed to paying $5.99 for the same amount of V-Bucks, which is their virtual currency in the game.
Did you have to use the Apple App Store to download the application?
Yes.
Or could you have gone to epic.com, downloaded the application, and then purchased it that way?
No. You had to download it through the Apple application store, and you had to buy anything that was involved, like in-app purchases, through that. It's not like Samsung, where you can just download it directly from their website or use the Samsung store, or just go and download it from the Google Play Store. Like Samsung products, they have options. Other devices like LG, Apple, Microsoft, they're kind of tied to one store. And that's kind of where the issue comes along too, because
But is it okay? Apple's platform is massive, right?
Mhm.
Like it's international, it's everybody, a good chunk of the, I guess, cell phone and electronic users use an Apple device.
Mhm.
So to use their platform, it's kind of like, okay, you have to give us 30%. So, you could be available widely, which
Mhm.
I can kind of understand. But at the same token, it doesn't really give a chance for small time developers. I have so many indie game developers on my Twitter timeline that, are just regular fucking people. Like if I think if Epic does win over Apple, it's going to set a huge precedent, and I'm kind of here for it.
I am too, but the other thing I'm worried about is, the Xbox, the Nintendo, PlayStation 5, like those devices, you can only buy games either through, discs from any other vendor or directly from their own store. So how will that affect them as well? Like because they're not mobile devices, but they're tied to one store. Like one digital download store. So they could face lawsuits as well. And, how is that going to change everything else? So I'm totally for Epic, trying to stick it to Apple, but it is Apple's product. This is a device that they've curated and taken care of since 2001. 2011? No, 2001. Like starting with the iPod and going on through. Like it started with the iPod. You can only buy music from the iTunes store, and then it slowly evolved into applications. How is that going to affect everything else?
I don't think it's that it's affecting everything. I think it's just people are ready for an evolution in that.
Mhm.
Like, if you look at the concept of cross-platform gaming,
Mhm.
right? Like the Xbox made more sense, but like to be online to play with other people on Xboxes. But we've moved to a point where like Xbox itself is PC and console.
Yeah.
So like people are already moving in that direction where if I have a device, I should have access to whatever I want on that device.
Mm-hmm.
And a phone, I mean, Apple's slowly fading away in the phone world. I mean, Huawei and Samsung are poised to take over as number one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not number one and number two, but yeah.
And
it's
Huawei is really big in like Asia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huawei's China's biggest brand. So
Yeah.
As I say, Samsung has always, within these last 5 to 6 years, have been the forefront of phone technology.
Mm-hmm.
They were the first ones waterproof. They were the first ones to have the back and forth adapter, and then it becoming their universal adapter.
They were the first at
Stylus and
multitasking.
pens. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, in the last 5 years, Apple hasn't innovated anything. Everything Apple does, somebody else has already done. They haven't broke ground. I mean, you got
Mhm.
like the iPod Touch shattered everything that was around it at the time.
Mhm.
And I can honestly say I think that was the last time that Apple did anything extraordinary.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And to go back to what you said earlier, anything that Apple implements someone already made, yeah, majority of the time it's jailbreakers. Like I used to be rigorous about jailbreaking my iPhones, and then my iPhone
Well, I mean-
5, got it and sucked, so I switched to something else.
I think up until the iPhone 9, all like Apple made everything. Well, now you like it has a Samsung screen on your iPhone.
Yeah, no, it's always had a Samsung screen.
Oh, I thought after the 9th generation they started using the Samsung Retina display.
No, they've been partnering with Samsung early in the years, and I guess at some point they stopped. I don't remember exactly when, but I don't. I've been out of the loop on anything like that.
Better.
Yeah, I don't know. I get off the Apple train after the iPhone 3G, so
Here I am with an iPhone 11. I love my iPhone. I do. I love my iPhone. Like I had my last Android phone was the LG, and it was the shittiest phone. Like the battery. From what I remember about Androids, the battery sucked. They expanded. The screens broke easily. I've never had an iPhone screen shatter on me. Knock on wood.
I went and I broke off my Apple truck for the first time. What was it? 6, 7, 8 months ago, and I got the Motorola Razr just for the flipping capabilities. But I was so used to the iPhone's interface that eventually it became a hindrance. So if iPhone can perfect their flip phone, they'll always be my top.
But again, most of the time I hear people complain about like, oh, I'm an iPhone because I've tried it, but I don't like it. It's never like the flagship brand new Samsung. Like both of y'all stories, you're not talking a Note or a S series, right? Talking like some lower end one. Because honestly, I mean, I use Apple products for work, right? So I don't see a difference in the interfaces anymore. They're pretty much exactly the same. And if they're not exactly the same, you can make them exactly the same.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put your folders and your little bubbles and you could do all that.
I like my iPhone. Leave me alone.
Wow. You can have all the iPhones you want.
I just wanted to flip.
So
the
the first phone that I had after my Apple device was an LG something that sucked. Then I got the Note 9 and I was okay. So yeah, I can kind of agree with Ethan there. Like if you're not getting the flagship Android phone, it's gonna be okay, but it's not gonna be the best.
Yeah, I mean, like I've had a Note ever since the Note 2. So I've had every other Note. So I've had a Note 2, 4, 6. I would have had an 8, but they didn't do it. I literally held out and waited for the Note 20. So
And that's the last Note too. Or is it the 21?
No, I saw an ad for a Note 2021.
Really? Oh,
Wow.
I think that was the last one.
But yeah, but at the same time, you can get the S Ultra, which is the same as the Note.
Mhm.
So they just rolled it into the like all one, but it's their Plus or Ultra, their
But-
Ultra Plus or whatever it is.
But you know what Apple does really well? Their tablet line. I've used a variety of Android tablets. As a matter of fact, I can pull one out right now, but it's not going to compare to the experience that I had on an iPad. Like I miss my iPad Air.
I use a iPad Pro 3 like daily, and it replaced my computer. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I love that thing, especially drawn.
I want to
she
get
does more
one
than me.
fish to draw.
I'm gonna get
She
MJ one.
officially,
He
yeah,
comes
she
home, I'm
puts
like,
more
"Okay."
hours on it than I do.
He comes home and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? How's your day? Where's your iPad?"
Where's your iPad?
Not
I
not
want to
even.
draw.
You don't even hug him.
No.
You just, where's your iPad?
Nope.
I need it. Thank you.
I give him a hug.
She was like, I don't have an iPad. Everybody else does. I was like, here, you can use mine. It's literally just sitting over there.
I go through little manic moments where I'm like, I need an iPad today. Oh goodness. But speaking of people upgrading things, we recently had a movie upgrade come out. I keep calling him Jack. Zack Snyder's
I do too.
version 4-hour cut of Justice League. Oh my god.
See, I don't know why, but I can't say his name like y'all.
Zack Snyder?
Zack Schneider.
Yeah, I say like Norman Schneider. I have to say it like that every time.
Schneider?
I-
Is it Schneider or is it
Is that-
Snyder?
Well, I don't know how he pronounces it, but I say Schneider.
Oh my god.
I say Schneider.
I saw a
It's
funny
Snyder?
video.
Wait,
My
is
life
it
is a
Jack or
lie.
Zach?
Zack Snyder.
It's Zach.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've heard him say it like that because there's the one time that he got roasted by a comedian, but they
I was
didn't
about to
know, they were
mention
just
that.
fucking with him. Yeah.
I'm a film director. Wait, what films? How badly did I fuck up? So, JL.
So,
yes.
well, I was gonna give a little backstory just on it.
Go
So,
ahead.
the Justice League that came out before, Zack Snyder was working on it. They filmed it. Evidently, DC did not enjoy it, and they had Josh Whedon come
Mhm.
back and refilm. And the movie that came out in theaters was more of his version than Zack Snyder's.
Mm-hmm.
So this
Remember
was the original cut that he supposedly filmed. All right, what were you saying, Keelan?
I was gonna say, as somebody who doesn't or hasn't really read comics or know a lot of backstories, during the first Justice League, I had a lot of questions. I'm like, what is going on? And then with the second one, or with his cut, I didn't have as many questions. I feel like I had better questions though, to really get into the lore. And I thought it was be so well done.
Yeah, there were some parts that they could have cut out, or I mean, so it's 4 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's possible they could have cut it down to about 3.5.
So, go ahead, NJ.
Sorry, I was gonna say. So like I'm glad that you mentioned that because there was a scene where their Batman, Flash, Cyborg, and Wonder Woman were taking on Steppenwolf, and then he throws the missile into the wall, and then the harbor starts filling up the area that they're in, silo, and Jason Momoa comes out with his trident, and I was like, they made a whole fucking deal about the trident, and then they don't even show him going back to to go get the trident. Like, I don't know. It was cool to see it though.
Yeah.
They showed him getting his mom's trident. Well, they kind of tried to give him his mom's trident, but then he said no. But yeah, I can see what you're saying now. Like, they never showed him actually going to get it. And where did the armor come from? Because that was clearly his mother's armor and trident that were presented to him.
And that's what I noticed too. It was Cyborg, Flash, um
Wonder
yeah,
Woman.
no, not Wonder Woman, but like with them two especially, we got so much more backstory and so much more character development with them. And we didn't really see that too much with Aquaman. We didn't really see it too much with Wonder Woman. And with Wonder Woman, I can definitely tell it, or not tell, but I get because of her previous movies. You know, they both happened before Justice League's happened, and I think Aquaman's happens afterwards.
Yes.
Does
Yeah,
So
when he
maybe
leaves Justice League, that's when he goes to his movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
so maybe there's a 3-hour cut of Aquaman that kind of explains more about his armor and the trident.
Zack Snyder's Aquaman. Let's go.
I was asking Alan, I was like, who's Zack Snyder and why is he important? And apparently he's a big deal in the DC world.
Okay.
I mean, he did the Man of Steel movies, and he did the Batman versus Superman, and he's been an integral part of actually trying to make live action movies from the DC catalog.
So how did it, what is y'all's reaction to the fact that they more or less listened to the fans a little bit? And this was total fan service, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it turned out better. Like if Disney Star Wars went back and did something like this, would you watch it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely. If they released a J.J. Abrams cut of Rise of Skywalker,
I don't know. Nah, I think
Yeah.
J.J.
Jon Favreau.
Abrams is garbage, bro. Like literally every franchise he's tried to revive has just like ended up worse than when it started.
Isn't it the same to be said about Joss Whedon too? Like
Eesh.
his take on things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As with Justice League. But
So
you
I
can
have-
totally tell the difference in the Justice Leagues. Like this one felt more DC.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I never saw the original Justice League because I was pissed off that they cut Zack Snyder's movie up and then reshot it. So I never watched the original Justice League, but I do know the storyline that they're using. And
The death of Superman.
yeah, along with Superman Apocalypse. Like it's perfect. Like I couldn't have imagined that both of those would have been combined, and I'm enjoying it.
You could definitely like watching them back to back because we watched the original one first and then this one before or after, and you could definitely tell the difference in vibe of the movie. Like where this one's going is a dark place.
Yeah.
DC is very dark. Noticed that in like reading or in watching a lot more of DC, and you know it's really good. Oh, I wanted to ask you guys, Barry as the Flash. Like, what do you think about that actor portraying Barry?
Oh, I hate
I
him.
just love that actor. I loved him in Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Ezra
I think
Miller.
He's fun. Yeah. He's fun. He's kooky. He's not afraid to go there. And I love him.
I just don't like him as Barry Allen, if that makes sense.
I love him as Barry Allen. See, that's the difference between people who grew up with like comics and anime series versus like I guess us who are like, I love Ezra Miller and I loved him in Perks of the Wallflower too. And I also saw him in We Need to Talk About Kevin, which is a really dark movie. I really suggest you guys watch it, but it's good.
Super good.
So now, hear me out. I think Ezra Miller would have done a way better Wally West than a Barry Allen.
You know what? I can
Who
see
is
that.
Wally West?
Wally West.
The second Flash.
Yeah.
His nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Mas Menos.
Where's my choo-choo going? Oh, like I grew up a little bit with the Flash. I never read the comics, but I did, watch a lot of Justice League when I was little, and I watched the Flash CW series. The one thing that Ezra Miller, he did a good job at trying to portray the Flash, but he didn't do sorry, he did a good job of portraying Barry Allen, but he didn't do a good job at portraying the Flash, because the Flash is known for talking a little bit faster, trying to be a little quick on quips and everything else, and that's something that I was kind of really excited for.
Yeah, because one of the biggest things about Barry Allen is not only is he the fastest man in the world, but his thought process is as fast as his speed.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's like the quickest thinking person in existence.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, to see him a little slow to get there was one of the reasons I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Do you think that's maybe a character development that they could pull off in a later movie? Since
Maybe.
he does seem to be.
So that's what I'm saying. So Wally West has a little bit more of that development, right? Like Wally West is a lot more immature, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the Flash, when Barry Allen's Flash was a lot more mature. So Wally West was all the little quips and the dick jokes and that kind of like immature humor, which is it's fine, but but I don't think they are currently. I think they are currently going to go with a other version of Wally West rather than that one. So
yeah,
like the one that's on TV right now. What's his question?
Was it just Cage, or did it seem like it could have almost been a sequel to the first one? Because Superman died at the end of Justice League, but got rezzed in the Snyder version.
Superman actually dies at the end of Dawn of Justice, which is Batman versus Superman. And then Justice League picks up at the funeral. So, but yes, but I do feel like if you sit down and you watch Dawn of Justice and then you watch Justice League, it's gonna just make so much sense.
Oh yeah. And this was my first time watching any Superman movie ever. So of course we had to start with Henry Cavill's first two.
Man of Steel.
Is it just Man of Steel and
Man
then
of Steel.
Superman versus Batman?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it took
I'm with
them.
you, Cage, merging movies.
It took them forever to like really find someone else who could really like be a proper Superman after Christopher Reeves.
Well, what's his name? It's Brandon. Whatever he plays the Atom on TV now, but he did Superman Returns. I don't think he did a bad version of it.
Nah,
but I also would have rather enjoyed him being Superboy as an adult. I thought that would have been a lot better story for Superman Returns. But
I can see that.
Not getting into that. Not getting into that shit show.
That's a whole other shit show.
So, but yeah, I mean, this version of Justice League, I don't know, it really renewed because after Infinity War, I always say that after Endgame, the hero genre kind of died for me, right? Because Justice League fell flat. Then you have all the drama with Ben Affleck as Batman, and now you have this, and it really feels like it's something they can build off of and actually expand. Like seeing Darkseid is just amazing because, like, there's the old line from Justice League Unlimited, right, where Darkseid shows up, and you have Superman just say, "You know what? I walk around treating the world like it's glass. I could easily snap somebody's neck just like thinking about it. But you, big boy, you can take it, and I'm gonna rage on you." I'm paraphrasing, but and like Superman just fucking just unleashes and rages on Darkseid and in a movie.
Yeah, we need thunderclaps when Superman goes up and just starts striking him down.
Yeah. So, what did you think? Because I never seen it in Man of Steel or Dawn of Justice, right? But Superman actually using his ice breath.
So, we haven't finished the movie yet. We're at the beginning of part
like
5.
an hour and a half left.
Oh, then we're getting into spoilers. So
it's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
We told ourselves, or I told Alan when we're like getting ready to come record, and I said, you need to be prepared and okay with spoilers.
So
I know the
this is where
storyline.
Well, this is where the movies split. So this is the biggest difference. When Superman comes, he doesn't like they resurrect him a little differently
hmm
than he was in the other one.
hmm
And when he shows up to the fight, he shows up in his black outfit, his black and
Oh.
gray outfit. And he lands in front of Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf with the axe right here, and he just goes and freezes the blade and it shatters. So
No.
I'm excited to see that.
like that's the way they head in this one. And then you have the epilogue, which was a little weird, but did y'all get to the part where the seventh member shows up?
Mm-mm.
Are you talking about
We
John
got to-
Jones?
Yes.
Oh.
So coming up, we all get to a point where he's actually dressed as Martha Kent. So he's pretending to be her.
Yeah, as we saw that part.
Okay. And then at the end in the epilogue, he shows up and he's like, "Hey, Batman, I know shit's coming. War is on its way. I'm here if you need me. And by the way, I'm the Martian Manhunter." And he flies away.
That somehow seems appropriate for Jean. What were you
Yeah.
gonna say, NJ?
I can't remember. Oh, no, I had it. But I will use this time to say that whenever Batman came onto the screen, like Ben Affleck, I messaged Alan and I was like, or I told him, I said, I forgot that Ben Affleck was Batman. And I don't know, I think he did a pretty decent job. I liked his when he got in the car with Barry and Barry's like, "Okay, what's your superpower?" He goes, "I'm rich."
Yeah, he was funny, but it wasn't a goofy funny, and I liked it. That was like some of the original ones. They were all, the Josh Whedon Avengers goofball funny. But like one take I heard about it was when you look at DC, they were written to be gods. Like they are the new gods in their own way, right?
Mhm.
Where Marvel is written to be everyman that had to, step up to be super kind of thing. Like when Superman enters, he's supposed to be a god. And I didn't feel like that in the first version of Justice League. But in this one, you're like, God damn. But I still don't understand. I never got why so when he changes his suit, he walks down a row of different suits he can pick from.
Of course.
And he picked the black one. But like he had like his dad's fighting armor. He had like all these other different options to choose from. And that was really cool. I guess that was the first glimpse of the Fortress of Solitude, right?
No, we've seen it
Yeah.
before.
They haven't. No, they show him outside, but they never shown anything about inside the fortress. Like, because he
Secret.
talks to his dad in Dawn of Justice, but yeah.
I guess for me, it was just really interesting to see the two movies side by side because filmmaking these days is blockbusters for money. And so if you put them side by side, you can tell this one, the first one was made for money and the second one was made for actual fans.
That's nice.
And
I-
rude
Moment
at
of
the same
silence.
time.
So another thing is, how are y'all liking Wonder Woman in this one compared to the other one?
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the banter back and forth, and them her and Bruce Wayne actually kind of working together.
I mean, they're supposed to fall in love.
Yeah, I know. I know the backstory.
Or well, Diana falls in love with him, but he refuses to love her
Mm-hmm.
because he's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, because he's rich, snobby rich boy with a parent problem who likes to brood all the time.
That's what he tells her.
Yeah.
since we've started watching Titans, it's also interesting to think that, these are the group of kids. Like, I like to put them in the same
Universe.
Well, they are
Yeah.
because I mean Jason Todd, and so that was the interesting concept that when they brought Jason Todd up, because then they bring him up at the end of the movie too.
Oh.
Oh, I did not know that.
So
Yeah.
Batman in the Titans series is played by another actor. But I was thinking the same thing, puzzled when whenever we got a little glimpse into Cyborg, and I was like, so when did Cyborg join the Titans?
That changes based on which universe. In some universes, he is in the Titans. In others, he's actually a part of JL. So it varies. But
I think currently they're going off the new 52, which he's
Mm.
supposed to be with Justice League.
yeah. But the one thing that we have not talked about is the dynamic between Bruce as Batman and oh my god, Alfred. Like in the games and in the comics, they're always a team. You know, Alfred's always there at the Bat computer helping him out every step of the way. And we never really saw that in any of the Batman movies up until like this one.
Yeah, I would say until
Yeah.
Dawn of Justice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time that we see a true portrayal of Alfred and Bruce Wayne being Batman. Because it's not just Bruce. It's Alfred and Bruce.
Yeah, and because Alfred's a badass in his own right, and they always showed him as some feeble old man.
Yeah. Like the man was in the army, he was an MI6, he was a sharpshooter, guy knows several different types of fighting. It's a whole fucking thing.
He's single-handedly beat Superman by himself before.
It's true.
I also worry because we know that Robert Pattinson's Batman is coming out. And so it's not going to happen in this universe, which really makes me sad because they've done such a good job of setting this up with the Wonder Woman movies and the Aquaman movies and those new movies that are going to come. So now, once again, they're going to start over with Batman's story. And that makes me sad.
They just can't seem to hold on anyone for Batman.
Well, what I want to say that the issue was if you look at it, so Ben Affleck left because he was supposed to be writer and director of the Batman, right? But then Warner Brothers wouldn't let him do it. Like they wanted creative control like they did with Justice League. So I could see why he would say, I want to do this Batman. Like I want to be in Zack Snyder's universe as that Batman. Because that's a Batman we've never seen really on screen.
Yeah.
Defense against the dark arts teacher, but it's Batman.
They can't
Right.
hold on to one of them. It's cursed. It's a cursed position.
The only person that we've had as Batman more than once is fuck, I forgot his name.
Twice.
Val Kilmer.
Not Val Kilmer was
Michael
Batman?
Keaton,
No.
actually.
The
Michael Keaton did
Dark Knight.
no, Michael Keaton did 2. Christian Bale did 3.
Yeah, Christian
Yeah.
Bale's the only person with 3 Batman movies under his belt.
Yeah, but again, the Dark Knight trilogy stands in its own universe.
Yeah, and the Dark Knight trilogy is phenomenal. I want to watch it again.
I think that's what like frustrates me about like the comic book universes is like there's so many different storylines, which is awesome because if one doesn't do it for you, you can find another one that's, a little bit more to your liking. But then it's are you talking about this one? Or are you talking about this one? And to me, it's like, it's overwhelming at first.
And that's the nice thing about DC though, is that it's designed to be in a multi-dimensional reality. So like you have Crisis on Infinite Earths where like they know that there's a multiverse where Marvel was always supposed to be in the Marvel universe. Like it's one universe. So it's kind of weird when they do the multi-dimensional things.
Yeah, and then they get kind of weird and they try to emulate what DC does, like with Marvel Zombies, which DC did first. But that's a whole other thing.
if Marvel does make a movie, it needs to be a Moon Knight movie.
Yeah.
It's midnight.
The Marvel version of Batman, except he's like if Batman and Deadpool had a baby.
Yeah.
Is it true that Blade is part of the Marvel universe?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is a Marvel character. Yeah.
So there are vampires.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dracula is a Marvel character too.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll get to see
He's a mutant, right?
Blade come back then.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. No, they have one scheduled.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
It's not Wesley Snipes though. It's somebody else. But yeah, they have it. They have him scheduled.
You know what? That's fair. Wesley Snipes can't always be Blade, and I'm okay with that. But now I want to go back and watch all the Blade movies.
I think they're on
So-
HBO.
Yeah, and one of the other post credit things is they do make an appearance of what is his name? Who do you call? The guy from True Blood, as Keeling says.
Sucky?
Oh my
no.
goodness. Okay.
Suki.
Shit,
It's okay.
No, the
Not that
blonde
guy.
one.
Eric.
Eric.
from True Blood.
Eric.
I thought I saw Eric, but I was wrong.
Oh,
IMDb
Damn.
proved it.
It was Jared Leto.
also,
Oh.
oh, really?
Mm.
So
Jared-
they kind of confirmed at the end that the Joker killed Lois Lane.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh my God, this is following 52. Oh no.
Mhm.
Oh no.
It's gonna get-
Yeah. Now Alan gets the whole story.
Oh my God.
So
He's
Superman loses his fucking mind. Let's just say that.
he goes
becomes
postal. Yeah.
Homelander.
He goes. So
That's the best way to describe it. He goes Homelander.
So you guys remember that movie Practical Magic where they're like, no, we don't bring the dead back coming to life because it's not what you thought it was? Is
Yeah.
that what happened to Superman when he got resurrected? It's not.
No,
the
no,
same?
he comes back and he's fine, but then see, so they didn't confirm a lot. Well, they didn't talk a lot, but it's been a while since I read the story, but I believe that Lois Lane finds out that she's pregnant, and the Joker celebrates by murdering her and her unborn child.
He-
Then
he doesn't just kill her. He blows
Well,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, he blows up
Go-
Metropolis.
Fucking shit.
So Superman snaps at this,
Superman
right?
snaps. Yeah.
So
And
explains the wasteland.
yes, and he becomes a dictator. So
Long story short, and this is kind of a spoiler into the comic. There was a conversation between Clark and Bruce suited up, and this is when they're trying to find Lois Lane. Like, they had a little bit of time before like everything goes berserk, and Clark tells Bruce, if you don't kill him, I will. And then in the following comic, Metropolis is blown up, and yeah, it
and Joker ends up in space.
That's crazy. That is
Yeah.
really dark. Mm-mm.
DC's
Yeah,
always
I don't think
been
I ever
really
realized how I never realized how dark DC was until we started watching those animated movies.
Oh yeah.
oh,
I
they're
was like,
fucking
this
great.
is for kids? No,
Yeah,
no, it's not.
one
for
of
kids.
the best Justice League ones is Justice League War,
Oh, that one's so good.
because you have what was it, Superman, Wonder Woman, and is it Aquaman? They split the world in three ways and they rule it to like they rule their own dominions.
Kind of like Flashpoint Paradox.
Yeah, and like Wonder Woman is this crazy like psychopathic killer. Like she just murders everybody.
Mhm.
Get it.
And anyone who steps
She rules with an iron fist. Let's say that.
and anyone who's not an Atlantean that steps into Atlantean waters, they're gone. Like it's ruthless.
Boiled.
Hey, boob.
But supposedly the Flash movie is supposed to be Flashpoint Paradox. So if that's the case, then they need to show Thomas Wayne as Batman.
And Martha Wayne as Joker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What Martha Wayne is Joker?
Yeah. So in that story, Bruce Wayne is the one that dies. Martha Wayne loses her mind and becomes the Joker. And Thomas Wayne kind of loses his mind too, and he becomes a Deadpool version of Batman who shoots everybody.
Mm-hmm. They go off the wagon. It's bad, but it's a fantastic storyline. Like, even with spoilers, it's just great to watch. It's fantastic to read because you learn their actual character development, and you see how they kind of get twisted and they start perceiving the world in different ways. It's really good fucking writing. That's all I have to say.
I think the main thing I'm looking forward to in the superhuman worlds is when Peter Parker goes to college and he becomes best friends with Deadpool. Like I'm here for it. I'm so ready.
I want
That's
for
Deadpool 3, hopefully.
Yeah. I want them to have a relationship. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. Deadpool going around killing people, and Peter's like, "No, stop! Don't kill him."
I could see that as a more like when Peter becomes an agent of Shield.
Oh, that's right.
Wow. Hearing like all these storylines where superheroes lose their fucking minds just makes me think that Iron Man and Batman were right to put in safety measures to protect the world against them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely. I agree.
So what's the safety measure against Batman?
The Justice League.
Justice League.
That's what he says. He goes, "That's why I put y'all together."
Mhm. Okay, I have a quick question. Was that a part of the movie, or was that a part of Justice League Ultimate? Or Unlimited? or
Justice
whatever it's
League
called?
Unlimited.
Thank you.
It might have been just the Justice League
That's what
when it's just the 7 of them. So
No,
but
they already have
another-
this, they already have the Watchtower. It's unlimited. Sorry.
Yeah, well, they get the Watchtower at the end, and well, yeah, whatever. It's somewhere in that timeline,
We'll find
that
out.
frame. But the one thing that they did introduce into the Snyder cut that I don't remember seeing in the original one was the Green Lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been the introduction of the Green Lanterns into this DC universe.
I'm kind of
They
sad.
they gave more background to the Green Lanterns and actually showed the character instead of just the passing camera movement.
I'm kind of sad we didn't get to see Hal Jordan or Alan. Forgot his name. Alan.
I don't know. I've always been John was like always my go-to Lantern. John Stewart.
John Stewart. He was my favorite, but I mean, he's the only one we saw.
Well, no, you had him, and then you had the little Asian guy that was after him. I forgot his name.
I'm looking
I
up.
didn't realize that there is, and this is me just being totally ignorant about DC in general. I didn't realize that Green Lantern had like all the colors of the like the Lantern.
Yeah,
Community
the Power
had-
Rangers.
Lantern Corps.
Oh.
Not the Lantern. The Lantern Corps is the Green Lanterns. But yes, they have the rings can be powered by every version of emotions. So
Mhm.
green is courage, red is fear, or is it yellow?
Anger.
Fear?
Yellow is anger. Red is fear. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm very-
Fucking look
So
up.
there's like one Black Lantern, the Lantern of Death, and then Superman was actually a white, or Batman was a White Lantern at one point.
Mhm. All
So
right.
like White Lanterns hold one ring. It's like
So-
ultimate power.
Okay, I got the
Red is
colors.
rage. Orange is avarice, greed. Yellow is fear. Green is willpower. Blue is hope. Indigo is compassion. Violet is love. black is death, and white is life.
What color would you be?
Violet.
I would be green. Yeah.
Agreed.
Probably indigo. You said that one was compassion. I like that
Compassion.
one.
Y'all are both willpower.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Going the distance.
Me and my
He's
green
going
There's
Pokemon.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Mm-hmm.
So, but out of everything in this cut of the movie, I would say Wonder Woman actually being the god she's supposed to be, and actually having like godlike powers, not just being super fast or super strong, but actually being wise, being tactful. I mean, she had every version of her all in one, and it was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy her as Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I think I think she did a really good job. And I also like that in DC it appears that their heroes even and villains also have consequences to their abilities. Like Barry Allen has to eat like a gazillion calories a day, to keep up his energy. So like to me, that's like, okay, a character flaw, if you will, like putting it into D&D terms. Like they're not just badass right out the gate with no consequences. So I like that personally.
Same.
But then we only see him eat the one time.
So do you think they're going to
Snackle.
introduce the flash bar?
The flash bar? I forgot all about the flash bar.
I was telling Keelan about that. So like Bruce Wayne and Star Labs work together and they make a flash bar, which is like 40,000 calories in a candy bar. So
Like,
he can eat
munch
like
on it.
multiples of those a day. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Smart.
But I think
It's
that
our
wraps it up
version of
for
it.
our I think that wraps it up for our show, guys.
Yeah. We did a nice little hour and 15 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. What's going on this week?
Well, we have a community game night, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
On Friday. Whoop whoop. We'll be
Super
playing some Among Us, of course, and I'm so sad that it's not in time for the the new map launch. But maybe we can pull something together. We're gonna play some Jackbox, maybe some bad cards. Maybe if everybody has it, we can maybe look at Mario Kart. I don't know. I'm trying really hard to play Mario Kart. I'm being a Gretchen. I'm trying to make it happen.
She is. She really is.
We're ready. We're good on our end.
You're good on your end. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. And then I'm also excited for Circle Jerks on Wednesday. You guys have a guest joining you.
Yeah, we do. Let me do the transition for that. So this week we have C2 coming on. She is a variety streamer who likes her fair share of Apex and some other first-person shooter games. I'm super excited. We've had her schedule. We asked her back in January, and waiting for computer upgrade and some other planning issues. But now we're finally got her. Middle of March.
Yeah, she said she just came back from a break today, so today she was just back at streaming.
Awesome, even better.
Sorry,
they're fine.
Really quickly, a big promo for C2. I love C2. Like, if you go into her streams, she is so fun. She has a blast. She really engages with her community, and she just is who she is. Like, no hesitation. She also has an Instagram that she's really active on, so I would recommend to go follow her on there too.
Ooh.
Do we have anything to promote, guys?
We also have our first You Heard Chapter 2, April 2nd.
Woo!
We will be having one-on-one discussions. This one is whitelisted. It's going to be in our Discord. It will not be live streamed, so feel free to come in, chat with us. We're really excited to talk about the Thunderhead and the Toll in the Arc of a Scythe series. I know the other day, Ryzen, he got to a certain part in it, and he's like, "Yeehaw, Texas!"
Yeehaw!
That was my favorite reaction.
I'm still mad. I'm still mad that we never saw somebody throw a knife down and say, "Fight me for your life."
That would have been a really good
Yeah.
addition.
We
need to rewrite this book.
I thought it
Dear Mr. Neil Schusterman.
We have an idea.
As a Texan, I am
deeply
offended that you do not honor David Bowie in the right way.
Yes.
Put respect on his name.
All right, guys.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I think we have coming up in the immediate future.
Yeah.
Would you guys be opposed to rating C2?
No, let's do it.
Heck
All right,
yeah.
guys.
She's
Hey,
been
guys.
streaming all evening.
Yeah. I just want to say thank y'all for being here. We love each and every one of you equally.
I love you more.
Never mind. NJ loves you more. So thank y'all for being here.
Peach loves you equally. NJ loves you more than he does.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
NJ has favorites.
Yeah, me.
I do. I'm not telling you who my favorites are. Just kidding.
But quick shout out to our producer of the week, Keelan. And thank you guys for coming. Make sure to drop all of those hypes and any other official millennial emotes that we have. Thank you guys for being here. I should really include the music into this section.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, my eyes.
This is an official Millennials production.